Hey, everybody out there in YouTube world. My name is Old School Nerd. Welcome into the channel. As many of you know, I am a old school nerd. And what I mean by that is I love old school music. I love old jazz. I love old folk music. I love classic metal. And throughout my childhood, I love classic music. I love some of the metal that was out in the 80s and into the 90s. I kind of got away from it. So I started this channel 2 months ago to showcase the part of my musical identity that's been missing over the last 15, 20 years, which was metal music. And I've been doing a lot of reactions to different metal music that I never knew existed. And all of my reactions come from all of you. So I don't do a song unless someone requests it, because I'm letting all of you guide where I go. And I've only made 2 promises. Number 1, that was the first one. All of you decide what I react to. And number 2, all of my reactions are live. I don't pre-record anything. If it's a music artist I've never heard of, I don't go off and watch a bunch of their stuff and then come and give some kind of fake reaction, pretending I don't know anything, and then kiss their ass the whole time. I don't do that because I've seen a lot of reactors that do that. They gush and ooh, they could totally hate the music. And they won't be honest because they're trying to get views. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to be 100% honest. If it's something I don't understand, I'll ask questions. If it's something I don't get, I'll ask for all of you to please comment, give me suggestions, give me ideas. If I get a name wrong, oh my freaking God. The number of times that I get names wrong. You see the gray in my beard? Okay. This right here is from my children, and this gray right here is from the stress of not being able to pronounce foreign names correctly. I know I'm American, and I know I'm not good with foreign names right off the bat, okay? Because English doesn't say foreign names well, because English is a shit language, especially when it's pronounced and messed up by Americans. And I admit that. It's fine. But I have traveled the world. I've been on every continent except for Antarctica because I don't like snow. I love culturally beautiful, authentic music. Things like the Hue Band and bands from Japan and different folk metal or genre bands from all over Europe and Africa and South America. That's what I love. I love cultural music, stuff that shines from a nation's culture and history. For instance, I totally got into a band called Bloodywood. Why? Because they're a Punjab metal band from India. Blew my mind. I love them because they were taking some of the classic ideas of Punjab Indian music and just infusing them with metal. And I thought it was beautiful. Then somebody came up with an idea and they were like, Old School, you have to react to this guy. I love him, I love him, I love him. I'm like, okay, cool. Who is it? And they gave me the name of the guy. And then 5 other people asked for the same thing. And I'm like, well, I got to check this guy out. I mean, I've got at least 6 people asking me to check this guy out. I got to check him out. So I literally typed in the guy's name, Dimash, and I just typed that in. And when I typed it in, there was literally a smorgasbord of videos that came down. Now, with all the videos there, I thought, oh God, I've made the mistake in previous reactions going back the last 2 months where because I don't speak the language of the person that's singing the song, it's hard for me to connect emotionally. So sometimes I've made the mistake with bands like Bandmade or bands that are from Europe, from Nordic countries where I don't speak the language. It doesn't translate. And so sometimes I will intentionally try to find them singing an English song only so that I can understand the message. Does that make any sense? But at the same time, it goes both ways. So I saw that Dimash had done a cover of Lionel Richie's Hello. And I thought, psh, I know Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling. You know, right? I'm more partial to his Commodore stuff. Don't ask. But with that, I listened to it. And this guy was his head voice is probably, how do I describe it? You can't really, because his head voice goes places that technically humans aren't supposed to go. I mean, I believe that some things he sings can only be heard by him and parts of the animal kingdom. He can go that high, and it's awesome. So I listened to the Lionel Richie song, and I had a couple comments. They were honest comments, guys. Honestly, if I've never seen anything from him before, and he's singing a Lionel Richie song, all I have to go on is a Lionel Richie song. So if he's singing a Lionel Richie song, and his first language is not English, I may notice a few enunciation issues with English. It wasn't me giving him shit. It was just, that's all I noticed. But this guy is definitely a one-of-a-kind performer. Now, unfortunately, actually, fortunately and fortunately, like many artists that I've done reactions to, when an artist is amazing, they have amazing followers and fans and people that love their music. And I'm going to give you two examples that have nothing to do with Dimash. Baby Metal and Nightwish. Now, to all the deers out there, and I know that Dimash calls his fans deers because they're dear to his heart, which is awesome. To all the deers who literally busted my balls for the last 6 hours, I'm telling you now, you think you're getting to me, but you're not. You want to know why? I've survived Baby Metal and I've survived the Nightwish army. Okay? So these are two fan bases that are equally as fanatical as you guys are. Okay? The thing about it is, I love Baby Metal. In fact, my favorite bass player in the world plays for the Kemi Band. Bo. And I actually said Bo's name wrong, and I called him Doe for almost a month, and they made fun of me so much, I made a t-shirt with the wrong name on it, right? And Nightwish has been around for 20-something years, right? Almost 20 years. And because they've been around so long, their artistry, their catalog of music is huge, spanning 3 different singers, I think, possibly even 4, because I'm going to get that wrong too. And when I tell you, the Nightwish Army will literally type out short stories when I get something wrong. Let me say something to all the deers out there. Look at me. Look at me. It is awesome that you love Dimash. You want to know why? Because Dimash loves you. Like some of you have said. Now, here's the thing. Not all deers are bad. Most of you are amazing people. Y'all have sent me comments where you're like, Dimash really touches me. And then they tell me all the things he's done. He sings in 12 languages. He plays multiple instruments. He's working on his doctorate in musical theory and composition. Okay, which means he can compose symphonies when he's done. He's 6'3". I know. I said he was small. I didn't mean he was short. I said he was small. He was thin. But so all the comments that I made about him was either 1, I didn't know a lot about him, and 2, I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek. I do make jokes. But let me just tell you that a lot of you have come out to me and said, you know, we love him, and these are the reasons why we love him. And I get that. When an artist can touch people here as well as here, it makes everybody better. And let's be honest, this last year has sucked for the whole world. And for those of you who've discovered Dimash in the last year, he's probably made your year 2020 better. That's a tribute to him. He gives back to his country. He gives back to his culture. He gives back to his deers, his dearly beloved people. That makes him an amazing person. But I didn't know all these things when I made the last video. Okay? So as many amazing deers of Dimash there are also amazing members of the Nightwish Army and members of baby metal fandom. And with every a large group of people, you have those who take everything someone says personally. Like some of the comments are literally like I said Dimash was a shit singer. I never said that, okay? Somebody was like getting on me because I commented that I didn't find that his ability to sing in English means that he was a bad singer and I'm a stupid American, so what would I know because I don't understand any other languages. Motherfucker, I speak 3 languages, okay? And he doesn't sing in 6 languages, he sings in 12. And my comment was not that his English was bad. What I said was that any artist, go back all the way to the beginning of music, should always be listened to in their native tongue, because then you can see the heart of their inner passion really come out. That's with everybody. And I also made the comment that I wanted to hear him do something acoustically. Why? Because I love folk music. And folk music is my passion. Just like Dimash's passion is singing the songs that he sings in the way that he sings them, my love is folk music. And one of the things that I would love to be able to do is if I ever heard him do an acoustic song, it would hit me in my folk music heart and I would be able to understand it more on my level. I have never met a more loving, caring, committed group of vicious people that I have in the last 2 months with the fandoms of baby metal, Nightwish, and Dimash. And don't think I'm forgetting about you, Sabaton people. The thing about it is that I love all of your passion. And although, here's the thing, I get that because I have the same passion for Ann Wilson, Freddie Mercury, Sam Cooke, Lou Rawls, Etta James. If I told you that one of my favorite singers when I was a kid was Kenny Loggins, you'd be like, the Caddyshack dude? Danger Zone from Top Gun? No. His folk music is amazing, but most people don't think about that stuff. But I love a lot of his folk stuff. So, this whole video is me just saying, hey, if I offended you, understand, I didn't mean to, and I certainly didn't mean to offend Dimash. But I will not lie. If I think it's shit, I'm going to say it's shit. But I never said he was shit. Not one time. And to prove so, rather than waiting a couple of days like I normally do, I normally don't do back-to-back reactions. I usually let the comments settle and do it. I'm listening to the deers around the world that said, okay, there's a lot of you deers that are like really cool, really awesome to me. Y'all are like, we're so happy you did a reaction to him. We're so happy that you're doing it real and you're honest and you're willing to say this about it because you're not trying to just tell us what we want to hear. There was a lot of you that did that. And a lot of those people said, you have to listen to SOS. You have to. Because it's really the song that really features everything about him. And I'm like, I'm in. You know how in I am? I'm this much in. I'm going to move my beard out of the way. For those of you who don't know a lot of my videos, I have to get this beard out of the way. You guys did not come here to see this. Y'all came here to see Dimash. So, I know that I can't make everybody happy. I'm not a taco. At the same time, for all the Dimash family out there, the deers, I appreciate and love your passion for this young man. It is well deserved. He is an exceptional artist. Just like all of the fans of Nightwish, Baby Metal, Sabaton, you name it. I have heard some ridiculously angry shit from a lot of people about artists. And the thing about it is, I like all those artists. So, I mean, you have to understand, I'm doing this on purpose. This is literally me reacting to songs that I have no knowledge of. And for all of you that keep saying, well, you should do some research before you disrespect. No. That's not what this channel is. This channel is a reaction without foreknowledge. Do you remember the first time you saw Dimash? Go back, think about this. All of the deers out there, all of the deers that are listening to me right now, do you remember the first time, okay, we're going to close our eyes. Do you remember the first time you first saw a Dimash video and that excitement and just how you were blown away by it? Would it not suck to you if somebody told you everything about the guy and ruined the experience for you? This channel is about true reactions. And here's the thing, I'm letting you know now. Number one, if this sucks, it's your fault because you told me to do it. That's always been the rule here. And I've said that almost every video. I tell all of you out there, I love all of you, because you are the ones who decide what I watch. I don't get a choice. But if it does suck, it's on you. And we have had a couple that have sucked. I'm going to be honest with you. I point out things wrong all the time that I don't like. It doesn't mean I'm right. I just don't like it. I'm talking about you, Texas Hippie Coalition. So, I just did a song from an Italian metal band called Diggy Diggy Hole. Come on. All right, so this is going to be Dimash singing SOS. This is the exact link that one of you dears sent to me to react to because it is your favorite performance he does. Awesome. So at least I know that the first time I did Hello because it was the only song I knew. But the dears came to my rescue and said, no, you got to do SOS. Here's the link, Old School Nerd. Enjoy. Welcome to the family. And to all of you, thank you. You're always welcome here. For all the a-holes, I'm used to it. Okay, here we go. As always, thank you for coming in. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up to this reaction. If you like Dimash, if you like the channel, give a thumbs up because it doesn't just help me, it helps the video, which gets Dimash's message out to more people. The whole idea behind all of this is to get Dimash in front of as many people as we can so his amazing art can touch more people, right? Cool. Also, check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. That's where you can see all of my social media stuff, my Twitch, my Twitter, Patreon, all that stuff. Okay. Now that I've said that, give me your comments, suggestions, ideas, uplifting comments, critiques, death threats, whatever. I don't think I was ready for Dimash, and I don't think the deers were ready for me. But we're all family now, right? Let's check this out. This is going to be Dimash. SOS. I have high hopes. Here we go. Okay, real quick. Another thing I do a lot is sometimes I'll stop the video at inopportune times, and I don't mean it to offend any of you or disrespect the artist, but the dude ain't got no socks on. Just sorry, I had to say that.
哦，这个好帅，好上镜。我觉得有点像林志炫啊。
Is this like one of those is this like one of those contests in America? Like, I don't know what they're saying. I mean, I could tell by their faces, they're like, oh shit. Like they're all in this contest and they all think they have a chance to win, but they know it's him and they've seen him before and they're like, I lost.
Je vis, je meurs. Pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'un terrien en détresse. une pierre sur terre.
Okay, screw this. Seriously, hold on. Stop. Okay. I'm going to get myself big here for a second. Okay. Remember in the last video when I said I need to hear something from his native tongue that wasn't English because I found that his English was lacking only because the song Hello, when Lionel Richie sings it, he has a deep tenor and a richness in his voice when he's singing that verse and stuff. And Dimash was struggling with that because his voice was a little high and he was missing a little bit of the richness and it seemed a little shallow. This is what I'm talking about. This song is so rich and so smooth because if it's not in his native tongue, it's a language he is super comfortable with. This is super smooth and ridiculous. And you see the face this woman's making right here? That one right there? I get what she's coming with. Let me get out of the way. I just had to make that point. Totally different situation. This is a totally different performance than the last one. You could tell that this is a song that he is real. This is like something that really belongs to him, and he's gonna push it.
Je toujours au fond d'une vie avec les conditionnés. Je crois dans un vie, tu es à ma force. Je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, voler. Pourquoi je vise, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. J'y crois comme les autres, vérité notre monde.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it there because anything anyone has to say after he's done singing ain't worth listening to anyway. Okay. I've never been so right and wrong at the same time in my life. So let's just go through this. I was right about one thing. English is not the best language for him to sing in. I think that English, Nordic languages, Dutch, Danish, he shouldn't sing any of those languages because the phonic cues don't work well with his voice. However, French does. Any language that flows is going to be just literally really. Okay. There were three distinct things I saw in the video that resonated really quickly with me, and they weren't even Dimash. It was actually the woman in the green room that they showed a picture of her. She had just had her eyes closed, and she was just listening. Because sometimes you can't do any. You have to close your eyes because if your eyes will betray what you need to be listening to. Okay. The second thing I noticed, did you guys see the guy doing like this? He was in the crowd and he was doing like this. This look is when someone can almost not comprehend what's going on. They're in shock. It's like one of those things when you're a kid, when you're almost afraid of something and you're like hiding behind something and you're peeking. That's what he's doing because he can't, it's so much. He can't emotionally or physically, it's too much for him. The third thing I noticed was, did you see all the contestants in that competition all do this look? Like, why am I here? Okay. Dimash took us on a journey that he did not take us on Hello. And I think it's because the song Hello does not allow him to do what this song did, obviously. The song Hello was written for Lionel Richie. This song SOS, allows him to go to apparently a full octave below middle C, all the way up to, I don't know what that was. That was some note birds hit sometimes, maybe a dog whistle. But he did it in such a beautiful way. And the story, and here's the best part. Yeah, I think he's singing in French, which I recognized immediately because so many of the people around me speak French from the culture where I live. And but even though a lot of the words I didn't catch, his emotion and his tenor and his voice and the way he worked his way through the notes told a story. And he brings you up, he holds you here, he lets you come down slightly, and then he takes you into the stratosphere and just sends you into this spinning vortex of emotion. And then at the end of it, he just makes it subtle, soft, and he wraps his voice around you in an embrace. That's how I would explain that to someone. If someone was saying, okay, explain to me Dimash without talking about music. That's how I explain it. He tells you a story, and at the end, when you're completely exhausted emotionally and musically in your ears, he brings you down into an embrace in a soft voice in the song, which he's unique that he does it in the vocal octaves and the arrangement that he can do. A lot of you are correct. I've never seen anyone do that. I've seen people go as high as he has. I've seen people go as low as he does. I've never seen anyone go effortlessly from here to where my hand can't even get up to. Okay? The other thing that I caught myself doing was that belting note he did at the end of the second verse going into the chorus. Do not lie to me and tell me that you did not hear Barry Gibb. That note was straight out Barry Gibb, super high, flashy pop. You can hear it. Just reminds you of people. And then he's going up higher that soprano trained opera singers are going. That he can still come down and connect with someone who has a voice like me. Whereas, you know, I sing baritone and sometimes I sing bass. So a lot of times some of the notes he's hitting, I can't do. Most soprano women can't do. But that's not the point. When he comes down, I can relate to that, his vibration, the richness in the low end. When he was singing Hello, the song wasn't allowing him to bring an enrichedness to his bottom notes. And that was a shame because he can obviously do it in this song. I can honestly say that many of you dears are correct in saying vocally, there is nobody on the planet that can do what this guy does. And if there are, look, there's over almost 8 billion people on the planet. There very well be another person that can do what he's doing and is doing it right now, but not on the stage he's on. Why do I say that? Who was Dimash before Dimash? Somebody had to find Dimash. Dimash had to go out there, work hard, and get where he was to where he is now. His talent had to find the platform. And I say that because I want everyone to hear what I'm saying. On his platform in the world right now, we are blessed to have someone with his unique talents sharing his artistry with all of us. There are people, especially in Asia, in the southern and southwestern parts of Asia, that can do some of those ethnic runs like he does. Not with his level of control, not with his level of reach, but they're there. And I hope, and I'm only saying this because I hope that there are young people out there who have a unique gift and they don't know if their gift is going to be received well. And if anything that Dimash does at his young age inspires other young people to go for it, whether it be a singer, a painter, musician, whatever the art is, Dimash is showing an example of what hard work, a unique talent, and the right opportunity can do musically, vocally. Now, here comes the part that is probably going to cause the ugly comments. Are you ready? I am impressed by him, but his style of music is not my normal style. Remember, I said I'm a folk singer. Now, some of you said he does some folk songs. Awesome. This song was given to me so I could understand his level of musicianship and his vocal ability. Succeeded. Now, here's what I need from all of you, to the dears out there. There has to be some music that has a folk feel that he can share his folk side with someone like me that loves folk music, because that's what's going to make me connect to him. I'm not an opera guy. I'm not a high alto, high soprano singing person. That's not my style. Okay, go back and watch my videos. Go watch my other reactions. You're not going to see anybody like Dimash. The only reason why I'm doing Dimash is because all of you wanted me to see it, and thank you for that. Now, the next step is to find something that he does that connects with me, if you want, or you can just leave it like it is. Because here's the thing. Remember in the first video, we talked about that stupid list of greatest voices of all time? And there were some people on there that were on there because they were popular or because they were critically acclaimed. But there were people down on that list that should have been much higher because they touched people better in different ways. Dimash is showing people. He's touching people. And he deserves a place on the list. Now, I can't put him on the list, but all of you can. Keep sharing his message, keep sharing his art. And for those people like me that don't get it at first, Do Dimash a favor. A lot of you talk about how selfless he is, how much he gives to his fans, how much he loves people to hear his music, and how he hopes his music touches everyone out there. Don't ruin it by bashing people when they don't get it at first. Because let's be honest, you're not going to get Dimash on the first time. Most people won't. Because he's so unique. He's so far outside of the box of what people normally get to listen to. He may literally, like that guy in the audience that was like this, it may overwhelm them. And they may go, okay, it was cool, but I can't listen to it all the time because it's just kind of a show thing. They don't get to see more of it if you cut them off. So share more of the love like Dimash would do. Don't share so much of the ugly, because all that does is keep people from wanting to hear more. Now, that's your job. Please. Now that I get it, I totally get it. Send me some stuff that's more folksy, maybe a little bit more dynamic to it, that has more of a folk feel. I'm going to fall in love with it. But I'm still saying this. Those of you that are going to tell me that he's the greatest artist and he can cover anybody's music anywhere in the world, don't waste your time. Because I could list 10 artists he can't. Why? Because it's not his genre, okay? Seriously, guys. You don't want Dimash singing Pantera. You don't want Dimash singing Ginger. You don't want Dimash singing Etta James. And you don't want Dimash singing Lou Rawls. Why? Because just like in that Lionel Richie song, he did well, but it wasn't like Dimash awesome, because some songs will not allow him to do what he does best. And if you don't believe me, listen to some Ginger, listen to some Pantera. Not only are they not the kind of songs you want him to sing, but it would be a waste of his vocal talents for him to try. Those are artists that are unique. Now, to also agree with you, there's a lot of people who should not be doing covers of Dimash songs at all. And if they did, they would be extremely limited. I mean, somebody could probably do an acoustic folk one. I'd love to see Steven Seagulls do a Dimash song. Okay, look, if you know who Steven Seagulls is, that was funny. That was a funny-ass joke, and you know it was. You could see a bunch of hillbillies from Finland playing bluegrass to a Dimash song. That would just be fun to watch just for the fun of it. Oh, I'm telling you guys, you just got to hang out with me. I'm telling you. I get it. But again, for his type of music, his genre, his fluid hybrid style, yeah, nobody's touching the guy. I agree with you. But there are some forms of music that are not for Dimash because he needs to be right where he is, which is the king of whatever the hell you want to call this, because ain't nobody else doing it that I've ever seen. So I guess we get to call this genre Dimash genre. Is Dimash? I guess it's when somebody goes, what genre is Dimash? You just say, hey, it's Dimash. And they're like, what do you mean? What genre is Dimash? It's Dimash. No, but what genre is it? I just said Dimash. See how this conversation can go round and round forever? Let's not do that. Let's move on. Love you guys. Bye.